Hello, and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about communication, but not how we speak to others. We're talking about how we speak to ourselves because the most influential conversation you will ever have is the one that happens quietly inside of you every single day. So, before we get started, let's just ground ourselves into this moment. Close your eyes if you're able. And take a slow breath in through your nose to the count of 4. Hold it for 2, and then gently exhale through your mouth for 6. Let your shoulders drop. Let's do that again. In for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. Feel your feet. Feel your body supported, and let yourself arrive. Not in the past, not in the shoulds, but here, right now, with yourself. You can open your eyes and breathe normally. For many women, especially those who have spent years in the survival mode, the inner voice can become critical and dismissive, or even disconnected from the truth. Not because something's wrong with them, but because that voice learned how to keep them safe. Today isn't about fixing. It's about learning to listen, speak honestly, and respond with care.
When we speak harshly to ourselves, our nervous system tightens. And when we lie to ourselves, even a little white lie, our body feels the strain. The body always knows the truth, even when the mind tries to push through. Healthy self-communication builds emotional safety. It gives us the opportunity to reinforce our self-trust. It gives us confidence and self-love and honesty that feels safe. When we lie to ourselves, our body responds. Lying to yourself doesn't always look dramatic. It can be something as simple as saying, I'm fine, when you're not. Or it doesn't matter, when it does. Or I'll deal with it later, and then we never do. Over time, the body begins to speak the truth that you're not saying. And it shows up in many facets of our life. On an emotional or a mental level, it shows up as persistent self-doubt, confusion, or mental fog, low motivation or procrastination, overthinking and ruminating. In a behavioral mode, it might show up looking like people-pleasing, or will take on avoidance or numbing behaviors such as scrolling on your phone or drinking alcohol to take the edge off, or binge TV watching, or mindless eating. Difficulty setting boundaries is another way that this shows up. On a physical level, you might find that your jaw and your neck and your shoulders are always tight. You'll find your shoulders being up around your ears. Find that you may have digestive discomfort. Slow, shallow breathing and frequent sighing is another. Fatigue that is not fixed with rest. On a relational level, sometimes you feel like you're constantly misunderstood, or you don't feel seen, and that might build resentment towards others. You may find that you have difficulty receiving love or support. These are not failures. These are messages from the body and your soul saying, please listen to me. I'm trying to protect you. Truth doesn't demand force. Truth invites attention. How do we begin to heal this internal dishonesty? First off, it happens in small bits, and you don't have to do it all at once. Start with one small truth, even if you just say to yourself, something doesn't feel right. Tell yourself, I'm tired. I don't have clarity yet. Because a soft truth will help the nervous system to relax. It removes the pressure to fix everything all at once. Once a day, you can ask yourself, what is one honest sentence that I can say to myself right now. So when a symptom shows up, just pause and observe it. You can say, I notice my chest is feeling tight. I'm feeling irritated. I noticed how I'm avoiding this. Your observation creates space. The space gives you choice. This is where the healing can begin, and you don't have to relive the past.
The truth is hard to access when your body feels unsafe. When the nervous system is activated, the mind will rush. It'll rush to explain, or it could shut down, or even possibly just go blank. This isn't resistance or avoidance. It's the body doing its job to protect you. That's why we don't start with analyzing, journaling, or decision making. We start with safety. When the body feels even a little more settled, truth doesn't have to shout to be heard. It can arrive quietly with more kindness and clarity. Before doing any journaling or decision making, take 3 slow breaths. Even placing a hand on your chest or on your belly gives you that pause. You can even move your body for 30 seconds because when the body settles, honesty becomes more gentle and clearer. So instead of saying, "What's wrong with me?" try saying something like, "What might my body be asking for?" Or, "What am I protecting myself from?" Curiosity keeps communication open. Criticism shuts it down. Truth becomes real when it's spoken. It can be in a whisper, in a journal, or even while you're looking in the mirror. Even if you say to yourself, "I'm not okay, and I don't need to explain why," can be deeply regulating.
Self-trust is built through follow through. So when you're exhausted, go rest for 10 minutes. When you need space before you make a decision, say, I need space, and delay a response. We live in this world of immediacy, and it's not healthy for us. Give yourself the space you need. When you need support, say, I need support. There's nothing to be ashamed about it. We all need support. Ask for that one small thing. Every aligned action that you do and say and think creates a new pathway in your brain. Many women learned that the truth wasn't safe, but you're in a different place. You can say, I can handle this now. It's safe to be honest now. I don't have to rush. Reassurance opens the door to healing.
Let's take a moment here just to slow things down just a touch. Take a slow, deep breath and place a hand either on your heart or on your belly and ask yourself quietly, how have I been speaking to myself lately? Or what do I need to hear from me right now? There's no judgment. It's just listening.
And listening makes us aware. Writing helps acknowledge the awareness that we find. These journal prompts are an invitation to continue the conversation that you've already begun with yourself. So the first one can be, what have I been telling myself that feels heavy or untrue? And after that, what is one small action that I can take to honor the truth? Throughout the day, here's a few ways that you can check in with yourself. So we always go back to pause and breathe, and then notice without judgment. And from there, speak one truth. Right now, I feel whatever it is, but acknowledge that is what you are feeling. If you're angry, it's okay to say, I feel angry, or saying, I need whatever it is that you need. Again, we talk about offering reassurance. I'm going to show you something. Take your arms, cross, and give your squeeze. Squeeze the shoulders. Rub your hands up and down. This is a physical way to give your body reassurance. It's really simple and it's really effective. Take one supportive action. Before we close, I want to name something that's really important. Sometimes we understand the truth, but our bodies still feel stuck. This is where pure bioenergy healing therapy can be so supportive. It works with your body's energy and it helps your nervous system to restore balance and safety without needing to relive the past or explain your entire story. It helps quiet that noise and it releases what your body has been holding. And this opens a sense of inner communication and trust. It's all about supporting the body so that honesty can feel safe again.
As always, I like to close out our Wisdom Wednesday with a blessing. So let's take a moment and close your eyes if you're able. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. And this blessing is for you from my heart. Let this be a moment where your shoulders soften and your breath remembers it's safe to slow down. Let this be a space where the words you speak to yourself are no longer sharp or hurried, but patient, kind, loving, and true. May your inner voice become a companion, one that listens before it judges, one that offers understanding instead of pressure. Let honesty move through you without fear, bringing relief where you've been holding your breath. Let clarity settle your nervous system and calm the places that have felt noisy or unsure. May the way you speak to yourself and to others create safety rather than distance, connection rather than defense. And when you feel lost or uncertain, let your words gently guide you home, back to your body, back to your truth, and back to yourself. You can open your eyes. As we close today, I want to share something Judy and I are hosting on January 27th at 7 p.m. It's a live webinar called Make Peace with Your Past. It's for the woman who's ready to stop fighting her history and wants to begin listening to herself with more kindness and clarity. If today's conversation stirred something in you, then the Make Peace with Your Past webinar may feel like a natural next step. So we invite you to join us on January 27th. Invite a friend. We have a link to register in the comments. So that's all from us for today. Thank you for being here. We trust that you are going to have a week where you tune in and start listening to yourself. Until we see you next week, bye for now. Take care.